Hello everyone, today we will be starting with a new concept, that is linear programming problems or LPP. Simple chapter it is. Okay, in your first PUC you have studied about the linear inequalities, right? There you have learned how to draw the graph and how to find the solution region. Similar to that, but some more concept you are going to study in this. Okay, total weightage of this chapter is 7 marks. 7 marks in the sense it will be 6 plus 1. 6 mark one question will be there in the part A, that is one problem will be there, and 1 mark one question in the part A, that is definition. Okay, total here you can here 7 definitions are there. Okay, 7 definitions are there. In that you can expect one definition in the part A. This is about the LPP. Now we will see what you are going to study in this chapter. See, for example, let me consider there is a one furniture dealer. Okay, furniture dealer is there. Okay, here we will be solving a problem based on the real life, so it will be interesting. Okay, there will be a one furniture dealer and he deals only 2 items. Let us consider chairs and tables. Okay, there is a one furniture dealer and he deals with only 2 things, that is chairs and tables. Now he want to invest some amount in this chairs and tables. For example, he has 50,000 rupees. Okay, maximum amount he can invest in this totally chairs and tables, that will be 50,000, and he thinks that the cost of one chair is let us consider 600 rupees. Okay, cost of one chair is 600 rupees and cost of one table is 2,500 rupees. Is it clear? He has maximum amount 50,000 and he want to invest in these chairs and tables, and cost of one chair is 600 rupees, cost of one table is 2,500 rupees. Okay, and one more restriction he has a one rule, there he can place only 60 pieces. Okay, it may be a chairs or the tables, totally he can place only 60 pieces. Is it clear? There are, okay, this furniture merchant, he sells only chairs and tables and he has a maximum amount 50,000 he can invest in this, and cost of one chair is 600 rupees, cost of one table is 2,500 rupees, and he estimate that he can get maximum 70 rupees profit from the sale of one chair. So clear? He can get maximum 70 rupees from this sale of one chair, and he thinks that here he can get 200 rupees from the sale of one table. Right? Now he want to know how many tables and how many chairs he can buy to get the maximum profit. Is it clear? Total he can buy only 60 pieces, not more than this. Either he can go with only chairs or he can go with only tables, but he want to get the maximum profit. To get maximum profit, how many chairs and how many tables he has to buy. So that can be calculated by using a linear programming problems. Easily we can find this. For example, see, let us see the equations. Let x is the number of chairs. Okay, we'll consider this as a number of chairs, and we'll consider y as a number of tables. Now, by using these two, we can find, and here some things are given, right? By using these things, we can form our equations. The sum of the chair, x plus y, maximum he can buy only 60, right? So the sum x plus y should be less than or equal to 60. Is it clear? Sum of the chairs and number of chairs and tables should be equal to 60 or less than 60, not more than that. This is the one equation we can get from here, right? Another equation, cost of one chair is 600 rupees and cost of one table is 2,500 rupees, right? We have considered chair as x and table as y. So 600 into x, is it clear? 600 into x. So this is the cost of one chair and this is a chair, right? We have considered x be a chair, number of chairs, plus cost of table, it is 2,500 into y. Sum of this, he has a maximum amount 50,000, right? He has a maximum he can 50,000 or less than that. More than 50,000 is not possible. So 600x plus 2,500y should be less than or equal to 50,000. Is it clear? Maximum amount he can invest 50,000 or less than that also possible. So 600x plus 2,500y should be less than or equal to 50,000. These are the two equations. And the equation I can write x value should be greater than or equal to 0. Right? X is the number of chairs. This should be positive or equal to 0. And y is the number of tables. So the value of y should be greater than or equal to 0. Is it clear? So these are the three equations by using these things. Now these equations are called constraints. Okay, these restrictions or inequalities are called constraints. Now one more thing, from the sale of one chair he can get 50 rupees profit, and from the sale of one table he can get 200 rupees profit. That is represented by Z. Okay, this should be either it should be maximized or it should be minimized. Here we have to find the maximum value. So Z is given by 70 into x. Okay, this is a profit from one chair, 70 into x, plus profit from one table is 200 into y, and this equation is called the objective function. Okay, objective function. This is a basic thing you need to understand. Okay, now we'll see some definitions that I told you now. 7 definitions are there. We'll see those definitions. After that we'll move to the problems. Definition, just we'll read it, and while solving the problem we'll understand what exactly it is. Okay, now see, LPP, a linear programming problem, consists of a linear functions. The function should be linear. Okay, to be maximized, I mean to be, you have to find the maximum value or the minimum value to be maximized or minimized subject to the constraints. Inequalities is given in the form of a linear equation, or inequations are called the linear programming problems. I mean here we are finding the either the maximum value or the minimum value according to the given constraints. That is called the LPP. Next definition is the objective function, and this is a very important definition. Linear function z is equal to ax plus b. Z is equal to ax plus by, where a and b are constants which has to be maximized or minimized. Okay, there z is equal to the previous example we have considered z is equal to something, right? So that should be either maximized or minimized. That is called the objective function. Next is the constraints. As I told you, the linear inequations or equations or restrictions on the variable of a LPP, linear programming problem, are called constraints. The condition x is greater than or equal to 0 and y is greater than or equal to 0 are called non-negative constraints. Okay, the conditions will be given a inequality, or maybe it may be equation, or x is greater than or equal to 0, y is greater than or equal to 0. These totally are called the constraints. Next is the feasible region or the solution region, the common region determined by all the constraints. By using these constraints, we need to find the solution region. That solution region is called the feasible region, and it is including the non-negative constraints. I mean the value of x is greater than or equal to 0 and y is greater than or equal to 0. Both are included. Next is the infeasible region. The region other than the feasible region is called the infeasible region, and this is the optimal or the feasible solution. Okay, these two are very important, objective function and optimal or feasible solution. Any point in the feasible region that gives the optimal value. Optimal value means either it may be a maximum value or the minimum value of the objective function is called the optimal solution. While solving the problem you will understand this one. Okay, just take down these definitions. Okay, now we will see about theorem. Here two theorems are given, only statement is there, no proof. Actually proof is not necessary also. By using these two statements we can solve the problems. Just we'll read it. Let R be the feasible region. I mean R is the solution region for a linear programming problem, and let Z is equal to AX plus BY. So that means this is the objective function. This should be maximized or minimized. We said as an optimal value. I mean this function, I mean z, linear function z is equal to ax plus by as an optimal value. I mean it consists of maximum value and the minimum value. Then optimal value must occur at the corner point. Okay. While solving the problem, you understand this one. For example, see if it is a graph of a function is like this. This is a graph. Okay. Now let me consider this is the solution. This is just an example to understand this theorem. Okay. So this is the solution region. Is it clear? After simplification, we got this as a solution region. Now the function z is equal to ax plus by is given. Now this is called the objective function, right? And this should be either you have to find the maximum value or the minimum value. In this theorem, they are saying that maximum or the minimum value that always occur at the corner point. So we need to check with the corner points only. So this is the one corner point and this is another corner point, 2, 3 and 4. Is it clear? So we have to check with these 4 corner points. Then in these 4 corner points only we will get either the maximum value, both will get maximum value as well as minimum, not here. Other than this, the maximum or the minimum values are not possible. So only we need to check at the corner points. It will give you the maximum and the minimum value. That is about the first theorem. Second theorem, if R is bounded, suppose the solution region R is bounded and this is say Z will be the objective function and it has an optimal value. Then Z has both maximum and minimum value. If it is the solution region is bounded, then it has a maximum and minimum value. If it is unbounded, then we have to check. For that other method is there. First we will see only the problem based on the bounded graph. Okay, you know about bounded. This is the bounded. Suppose if I consider, see this is the graph. Okay, now if I consider this is the solution region. After the solving the inequalities, you have studied this one, right? Solving the inequality in your first place. So if it is this is the solution region. Now corner points are, this is the one corner point, right? And this is the second corner point and this is the third one. There are 3 possible corner points are there, right? To check the maximum and minimum value, we have to check here only the corner points. So if it is the region is bounded, then it has both maximum and minimum value. That is the second theorem. Okay. If it is unbounded, then we have to check whether it is as a maximum value or minimum. Suppose this is the solution region. See, suppose this is the solution region. Here there is no boundary, right? So this is called the unbounded region. This is bounded, and if I consider this solution region, then also it is bounded. Here this is also bounded. But if I consider this region, then it is unbounded. Then to check whether the function has a maximum or the minimum value, there is other method on the bounded graphs. Okay, later we will see about the unbounded function. And the important thing is bounded functions are very important compared to the unbounded. The problem, see the question will be like this. Now I will explain this problem. I will go very slow. Try to understand this one so that you can solve all the problems. It will be easy. Okay. Now see, solve the following linear programming problems graphically. Maximize, it is given that you have to find the maximum. Maximize z is equal to 4x plus 5. So this is the objective function. Is it clear? Always objective function is represented by the letter z. So you have to maximize this one. Z is equal to 4x plus y. Okay. And subject to the constraint. Here inequations are given. What are those? One is x plus y is less than or equal to 50. Another one 3x plus y is less than or equal to 90. And the value of x and y both are positive or equal to 0. These things are given. What you have to do first? Just concentrate on the constraints. Okay. 3 constraints are given. By using that, draw the graph of a function. Okay. Then find the solution region. You have studied how to find the solution region, right? Solution region nothing but common to both, all the 3. So then find the solution region. After finding the solution region, find the corner point. Okay. After finding the corner point, just to substitute in the value in this objective function. Then you can see which one is maximum and which one is minimum. That's it. 6 marks. Okay. Simple. We'll start this. First x plus y less than or equal to 15. To solve, what I have to do first? Okay, actually you can solve this one, no need to see this one, but I'll explain. X plus y is equal to 50 I have to consider. Right, to the graph, draw the graph, I'll consider x is equal to 0. When x is 0, the value of y will be 50. Right, so the one point I can consider as 0, 50. Clear? Now, next what I have to do? I have to consider y is equal to 0. If it is y is 0, the value of x will be 50. So the points are now, this is 0, sorry. Yeah, x is 50 and y is 0. First we'll draw the graph of this one. Okay. So I'll draw the rough graph, but you have to use the graph book. Okay. I'll consider 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. Okay. And don't forget to write the scale. Okay. So this should be arrow. And this is 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So, graph of the first function is 0, 50. X-axis 0 and y-axis 50. Right? X-axis 0, y-axis 50. So, name this point 0, 50. Is clear? Next, the point is 50, 0. So, this is the point 50, 0. One more thing. If it is the line is, less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, then you have to take a suppose the function is strictly less than or strictly greater than, then line should be dotted, right? You have studied here less than or equal to and both are less than or equal to is there. So we will draw that line here. So this is the first function, right? After this you have to name this line. This is also important. So the line is x plus y is equal to 50. Is it clear? The line is x plus y is equal to 50. Less than or equal to 50, then you have to find the region. That is for the first inequality. We will check the second inequality here. 3x plus y is equal to 90. Yes. What do we have to do? First substitute x is equal to 0. If it is x is 0, value of y will be 9. So the point is x is 0 and y is 9. Is it clear? Next we substitute y is equal to 0. So this will be 3x is equal to 90. So the value of x will be equal to 30. So the points are 30, 0. X-axis 0, y-axis 90. Yes, I'll draw the rough graph here. Anyway, this is rough only. 60, somewhere here 90 is there, right? And here, anyway, we need only 30. So, graph of this x-axis 0 and y-axis 90. Somewhere here. Name this point. X-axis 0 and y-axis 90. Next point is 30, 0. That is x-axis 30. Yes, and y-axis is 0. You can draw like this. Okay. So these are the points. Better you do like this. It looks good. Fine. Now we draw the line. So this is also. Yes. So after this you have to name this line. What is this line? Now this is 3x plus y is equal to 9. So line is 3x plus y is equal to 9. Next. See the another condition, x greater than or equal to 0, y is greater than or equal to 0. Both are positive. So the solution region should be in the first quadrant, right? It is given that x is greater than or equal to 0 and y is also greater than or equal to 0. So solution should be in the first one. Now how to find a solution for this time? First we will consider the first equation. It is given x plus y, nothing is new here. You have studied this one. X plus y less than or equal to 50. To find the solution region, what we will do? We have to substitute the origin, right? Origin is 0, 0. After the substituting origin, we have to check whether it is possible or not. If I substitute 0, 0, x is 0, y is 0. So it will be 0 less than or equal to 50. Is it true? 0 is less than 50? Yes, true, no? 0 is less than 50. So the solution region for this one is includes the origin. So I can consider down part, right? This will be the solution region for the first one. Is it clear? See, you are not supposed to shade outside this one because one more condition, x and y should be greater than or equal to 0. It should be in the first quadrant. So this is the region for the first one. Now we will check it for the second one. Equation is here. It is given 3x plus y is less than or equal to 90. Yes, for this line, I'll substitute the origin, that is 0, 0. If you substitute this, 0 less than or equal to 90. Is it true? 0 is less than 90. Yes, it is true. So the solution region which includes the origin. So solution region for this one, down. Right? So this will be the solution is everything for this line. Okay, for this one. This is the solution region for the second line, right? For the first line, solution region is this one. For the second line, solution region is this one. Now, what is the common part? Obviously, this will be the common part, right? So, common part is this portion, right? This will be the common. So, now this is the common. I hope you understood this one because already have studied this. So this is the common region, right? After finding the common region, what you have to find? Corner points. Is it clear? We have to find the corner point. Better you make a column, corner point. In your textbook also it is given like this only. Corner point and equation z is equal to, this is 30, 0. Z is equal to ax plus b1. This is the equation is given. What are the corner points? This is a one corner point, right? Point is 0, 0. Another corner point, see here, this is a corner point, right? What is the point? X-axis 30 and y-axis 0. So another corner point is x-axis 30 and y-axis 0. After this is the corner point, right? How to find this corner point? You can see in your graph, right? In your graph you can see, you can find the value. Or else what you have to do? Just you have to solve these two equations. X plus y is equal to 50 and 3x plus y is equal to 90. Then after solving this one you will get this point. Or else you can observe here in your graph it will be the point is I think x axis. So the maybe point is or I'll solve here. Okay. See in your graph you can write directly. I don't have graph, so I'll solve this one. X plus y is equal to 50. 3x plus y is equal to 90. Subtract x minus 3x will be minus 2x is equal to 50 minus 90 will be minus 40. So minus and minus will get cancelled. The value of x is equal to 20. Yes, the value of x is 20. The corner point is this is 20. Okay, no need to solve this one directly. You can write the value of x is 20. If it is the value of x is 20, y will be 50 minus 20. It is 30. Okay, so clear? X is somewhere 20 and here it is 40 is there. Don't worry about this one. So the points are 20, 30. This is another corner point. So clear? 20, 30. After this, one more corner point is there. This is another corner point, right? What is the corner point there? X axis 0 and y axis 50. So point is x axis 0 and y axis 50. Is it clear? See corner points are, again I am telling, this is a one corner point. After this is another corner point, and here this is a one more corner point. Then here you have one more corner point. So total 4 corner points are there. Now you have to substitute in the value of z is equal to ax plus b1. Here what is ax plus b1? It is given as 4x plus 1, right? So this is given as 4x plus 1. Now we will substitute the value of x and y. X is 0, y is 0. So z will be 0. Now x is 30, y is 0. X is 30 means 4 into 30, 120 plus 0. So this will be now 120. Is it clear? Now 20 and 30. So 4 into 20 will be 80 plus 30. 80 plus 30 will be, now it is 110. Right? Next last one is x is 0, y is 50. X is 0, y is 50. So this will be 50. Clear? So make a, do like this, the column, take, okay. So now what you have to do? You have to maximize. So what is the maximum value? Maximum value you can see this one, 120 is the maximum value. Is it clear? Finally you have to write the maximum value attains at the point 30, 0 and the maximum value is 120. Is it clear? This is about the problem. I hope you understood this one. We'll solve one more problem and I'll give some homework problems. You have to solve those. Okay. Look at this problem. Minimize and maximize z is equal to 3x plus 9y. Now this is called the objective function. We need to find the maximum and minimum value for this function. Subject to the constraint, there are three inequalities are given. Along with that, one more x and y both are greater than or equal to 0 is given. What do you have to do first? First, we need to draw the graph of all the four functions, right? This will be in the, solution region will be in the first quadrant. First, draw the graph of three here inequalities. Then, find the solution region. After finding the solution region, we have to find the corner points. Then we need to substitute in this equation so that we'll get the maximum as well as minimum value. Let us start with this one. First we need to concentrate on this. First I'll consider x plus 3y. What I have to do? Equal to 60. If it is the value of x is 0, then the value of y will be, right, 60 by 3 it will be equal to 20. If it is the value of y is 0, x will be 60. Yes. So the points are, you have right. So the points are x axis 0 and y is 20 and these points are x is 60 and y will be 0. First we will draw the graph of this function. Here 20 and 10 is this. So we will consider 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 and 60. Okay, continue. Write the scale. Here this is 10, 20, 30, 40 and so on. First point, x axis 0, y axis 20. X axis 0, this is a point, right? Y axis 20. X axis 60 and y axis 0. X axis 60 and y axis 0. So this is the point. We'll draw the line here. Draw proper graph. Okay. So now we'll name this line. This line is now, what is that line? X plus 3y is equal to 60. If it is strictly less than or greater than, we need to draw that one in a dotted line. Okay, remember that. Now, we'll draw the second line. It is x plus y is equal to 10. If it's the value of x is 0, value of y will be 10. So, point x is 0 and y will be 10. If it's the value of y is 0, then the value of x will be, this is also 10. So, the point will be 10, 0. Right? Somewhere, this is 10, 0. And another point is 0, 10. So this is the point 0, 10. We'll draw a line. Okay. And this line is now x plus y is equal to 10. See, while representing the line, this should be is equal to 10. Then while finding the solution region, then it may be greater than or less than. And we need to name these points also. Name that. And x is less than or equal to 1. Most of the students will get confused with this one, right? What do you have to do? X is less than or equal to y is given. Yes, whatever it may be, less than or greater than, what we have to consider? X is equal to y. Similar to this one, if we substitute the value of x is 0, the value of y will be 0, right? So the point is 0, 0. 0, 0 means this is the origin. So now you have to understand the line which passes through the origin. With one point we cannot draw the line. Let's substitute another point. If it is x is 1, value of y will be 1. Here, if it is x is 10, value of y is also 10. So point will be 10, 10 and 10 somewhere here, right? So this line, is it clear? So this line divides the region, first quadrant into exactly half, 2 parts. So this is a line and this line is called x is equal to y. We have done with all the 3 lines. Now we need to find the solution region. First we will consider x plus 3y less than or equal to, it is given x plus 3y less than or equal to 60. Which line? This is the line, right? X plus y, 3y is equal to 60. To either the solution region should be a downwards or the upwards. Only 2 possibilities are there and it should be in the first quadrant. So to check that one, just will substitute the origin. If I substitute the origin, x is 0, y will be 0. 0 less than or equal to 60. Is it true? Yes, right? 0 is strictly less than 60. So that is true. So the solution region which includes the origin part, right? So the solution region for this one will be This is the solution region, right? Only till here you are not supposed to come down. So this is the solution region for the first line. So this is the solution region. Now we'll check with the second one. It is x plus y. X plus y is greater than or equal to 10. Which line? So this is the line, right? X plus y is equal to 10. Either upward should be the solution or downward. Now if I substitute the origin value, that is 0 and 0, we'll get 0 is greater than or equal to 10. Is it true? 0 is greater than 10? No, 0 is not greater than 10, right? 0 is less than 10. So this is not possible. So the solution region of this line does not include the origin part. So the solution region will be the above part. So what is the solution region here for this line? So this is the solution region for test. Clear? So this will be the solution region. Now we'll check with the last one. It is x is equal to y. We have considered x is equal to y, but we have here the equation is given x is less than or equal to y. Right? How to check? The line passing through the origin. So either this may be the region or this one may be the region, right? Just consider a point on y-axis and one more point on x-axis and check where it is satisfied. Here we will consider this point. See, this point is x-axis 0 and y-axis 20. Okay? Let us check with this one. So point is 1 is 0, 20 I will consider. Another point I will consider point on x-axis 20, 0. Is it clear? See here, the function is given as x is less than or equal to y. If I substitute 0 x as 0 and y as 20, so this will be 0 less than or equal to 20. Which one? For the point 0, 20. If I substitute the point 20, 0, I mean this point. If you substitute this, the value of x will be 20, y will be 0. That is 0 less than or equal to 20. Which one is true here? 0 is less than or equal to 20 or 20 is less than or equal to 0? 20 is not less than 0, right? 20 will be greater than 0. So this is not possible. So value 0 is less than or equal to 20. The first is possible, right? So that means 0, 20 is possible. Where is that point? 0, 20. Here this is the point, right? So solution region for this line will be upwards. You have studied this one, nothing is new here. So solution region for this one is above. So clear? So this is the solution region. Now we need to find the, we have done with all the three, right, and this one also. So now we need to find the solution region. Now can you say which one is the common region for everything? See here only blue and yellow is there, so this is not possible. Here pink and which one? Blue is there, so this is also not possible. All the three colors where it is, here you can see this one, pink is there, yellow and blue, all the three colors are there. So this will be the common region, right? So this is the common region. Is it clear? So this is the common region and this part is the common region. Here we need to find the corner points. What are the corner points here? This is a one point. Yes. So this is a one corner point. Another corner point is here. Yes. Next corner point is here. And one more corner point is here. Is it clear? So total 4 corner points are there. I hope you understood this one. Just first draw the graph of this function, then find the solution region, then we need to find the corner points. Now what you have to do? Just you have to substitute in the z and then we have to check where it is maximum and where it will be minimum. Write the corner points. Okay. Corner points and the value z is equal to, it is given 3x plus 9y. Now what are the corner points? This is a one point, right? This point means it will be x-axis 0 and y-axis 10. So this point is, one is x is 0 and y will be 10. Now can you see this point? It is x-axis 0 and y-axis 20. So this is 0, 20. Now see this point. Can you see which point it is? Here this is the point. I think checking your graph, this will be the point x-axis 15 and y-axis also 15. Or else you have to solve two equations. Which equation you have to solve? This equation and this equation. Is it clear? This is the intersection point of these two lines. So if you solve these two lines, you get the common point. I think this point will be 15, 15. Check in your graph sheet. So this point is now 5 comma 5. So clear? So corner points are, next one is this is 15 comma 15. Another corner point is this is 5 and 5. Somewhere 5 and 5. So this is 5 and 5. Now we substitute the values in this. Z, x is 0, y is 10. 9 into 10 will be 90. So this is 0 and 9 into 20 will be 180. And 15 and 15. 15 into 3 plus 15 into 9. This is also equal to 180, right? So 5 and 5. So this is 15 plus 45 will be 60. So what is the maximum value? 180. At 2 points the function attains the maximum value. So here two possible values are there. So this is the maximum value and this is the minimum value. So finally what you have to write is the function, the objective function z is equal to this one, attains a maximum value 180 at the points 0, 20, okay, 0, 20 and 15, 15, and the function which attains a minimum value, that is minimum value, that is 60 at the point 5, 5. This is about the problem.